Yes, hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome in. All right, help me cut that out. All right. Welcome in to another episode of Ace of Spades Podcast. All right. I am your host, Marcus, aka E. I don't care what you call me, long as you call me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Welcome in. Woo. All right, had to do a little ripping and running before we went live. So I'm back now. Like always, I don't know what it is, but things get busy right when I hit that button to go live. So I gotta hurry up and get everything situated. But we are here. We're on YouTube right now. Usually I'm on Facebook as well, but some reason I guess I had to identify myself to Facebook. Like I had this page since like forever. Now all of a sudden they're like, hey, we want to make sure it's you. Like you like 12 years a little too late. I've been here. So I don't know what you're tripping off of. But yes, so nevertheless, I will try to get that page up. Hopefully a picture of me works. But who knows? Right? Who knows? Welcome in. What do we got for today? Okay, so for those who are new, let me go over a little bit of the housekeeping. All right. So if you would please hit the like button. They say it helps the algorithm. All right. To help push it out there and get more eyes on us. That'd be very appreciative. All right. Also, if you can subscribe, all right. Hit the bell so that way you know every time we go live. And if you like to donate, you can. There's a ticker at the bottom of the screen with the Cash App on there. We try to make the build up the podcast, so it just helps on that front. I think that's it. All right. So on that end, what are we doing here? All right. So for those that I'm sure if you're here, you probably heard the story before, but we pretty much just we started off. Well, I started the podcast initially, and I'm trying to see if I can get back to there, which was like a news type of thing where we covered the news and stuff like that. And then we switched over to the topic of relationships, right? And there was I think a lot of the men had their opinions. I think a lot of the women had their opinions, and I think that none of them really meshed up on how to get to the root of this thing and fix it. So I was just like, man, let's just hyper focus on what we can do to build up the men, right? So that's pretty much what this is. I also wanted to do one for the ladies. However, I could not find any ladies to participate. So it's just the fellas. So what I do, I went ahead and I got a book. I looked around, got a book to see, okay, hey, where's a good place to start for kind of self-improvement. And this was one of the books that kept coming up repeatedly, and it was called The Way of the Superior Man. All right, by David. I still haven't figured out how to pronounce that last name. But we call him David D. All right. That's the author. So me and two other gentlemen by the name of DIZZEL and Jakar Lee have which Jakar Lee is right now crying for help. For some reason he needs some help, but we were holding it down doing our thing, right? So before he gets a little bit too nervous and runs away, I'm gonna go ahead and bring him in, man. Please welcome in the one and only KD on 1,000, man. When it comes to that card, boy, give your hands together to none other than Mr. DIZZEL himself, man. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I seen you getting a little nervous back there, man. You was asking for help and stuff. Who you calling for
I
help,
don't
man?
ask for help, man. Nah, I don't send out no bad signals, man. I'm standing on 10.
Okay, I'm standing on 10 toes down, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, because yeah, I definitely let me see. Let me pull up my phone real quick. Grip, please help me. That was with hands.
I don't know who said that one.
Don't know who sent that one. Okay, all right. So if you see somebody with a young gripper pop in, you already know what it's about. Nevertheless, man, you were very courageous to stay here to help out and endure this thing, man. So I'm very appreciative of that. How's everything been going with you?
Everything is straight. Everything is good. Life is good. It's life is sometimes, but you can't do nothing about that. Just
Okay.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, man. Life be lifing, like you said. So I can definitely understand that. Kiddos, man, kids graduating.
Yeah. I mean, they don't really. They're at the grade where they don't really celebrate it too much, so it's just kind of
Yeah.
like move on to the next thing. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's what's up, man. I got one that's graduating. So I gotta do that tomorrow, actually. And so yeah, I can't wait to see how this thing plays out. School's almost over for us. I know a lot of places they're already over with school. School is not quite over
Oh,
here, but we on our way. So, but again, man, I'm glad to have you here. Um, did you have a chance to kind of look over some of the things that we're going to be talking about today?
yeah. I went through it a little bit just to get a little prepared for the show, but yeah.
What do
I
you think
did.
about it? Quick synopsis.
Um, I mean, again, like last week, I kind of agree with some of the things, but not everything he says. So,
All right, and that's good, right? Because um, I think it just offers a different perspective, and I'm with you. I think it opens my eyes to other things, possibilities, as well as makes me scratch my head and go, really? So we'll see if we have any of those moments right now. So we are on part two of the book. It's broken down into like 4 or 5 parts, I think, which is pretty much chapter 20. Most of the chapters are pretty decent, are pretty uh, not that long, but this one's pretty in depth. All right, so we're gonna cover over it and see what they talk about. All right, so chapter 20 is don't suggest that a woman fix her own emotional problem. Off the back, what are you thinking?
I mean, that's the easy route to go, but I mean, at the same time, I can see why that would, make the add fuel to the fire. So,
I think that you're onto something there. So we'll go ahead and read the synopsis part. It says asking a woman to analyze or try to fix her own emotions is a negation of her feminine core, which is pure energy and motion. Like the ocean, she can learn to surrender her mood to God. She can learn to open her heart in the midst of closure. She can learn to relax her edges and trust love, but she will never fix anything by analyzing her problem. They put in quotation marks, which I have a feeling that it's not really her problem. It's about to be ours. And
ain't it always?
she ain't fixing nothing, right? But let's get into it. All right. Uh, as a man, you can learn a lot about yourself by clearly analyzing your problems. One of the best ways for you to grow is to use your discrimination, feeling what is causing unnecessary pain in your life, and then changing whatever you need to change. You may notice, for instance, that you are unhappy with your job and think about it. Job, you think about it. Let me move this over here. You realize it is because your boss is taking advantage of you. You haven't said anything to him, so you determine that the best way to deal with the problem is to walk up to the boss and say something to get up the guts. You walk up to the boss, you get it off your chest, and it's over. Problem fixed, finished. You learn how important it is to talk to your boss, and you've cleared up all the old stuff. I'm sorry, you cleared up all the old stuff that has been burning you. Um, what do you think about that?
I feel like if especially in the workplace, if you have a issue, you should definitely get it off your chest. But there's always ways to go about it, and you should definitely you know be prepared for the unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Just especially if you have one of those type of bosses. So yeah, just make sure you just think it through before you, have a plan of attack. You know.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. And to even go further, I don't even think this is about the boss. I think this is just about the way that we approach problems, right? So we see the problem, we recognize it as a problem, and then we go in there and we figure out how to stop that problem, right? So whether it's at work with a friend relationship, a intimate relationship, somebody, a stranger, it can be a complete stranger, right? A problem with the bank, anything, whatever the problem is that's in front of us, I think is what's being painted here is that we're just natural fixers. That's basically what I'm kind of getting from what he's saying.
Yeah.
So we kind of clear it up to stop that burden, whatever the issue is what I'm getting from that. So let's carry on. All right. You probably apply the same system to your intimacy. Shit. You realize that you're not happy about something your wife is doing. Maybe you talk about it with her or with your friends, or talk or think about it yourself. You realize that your wife isn't caring for you like she used to. So you determine that you'll be happier if your wife cook more and massage you more. Okay. You think maybe your wife wait, you think maybe your wife wants you to do something more for her. So you tell her what you want from her, and then you ask her, what do you want from me? You tell her to think about it and let you know. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This speaks true to my heart, right? This is really the way that I think. I don't know how many times I say, this is a problem. All right. And this is the solution to the problem, right? And just so it's fair and balanced, you let me know what I could do to help you as well. Um, what do you think about that? Do you have you experienced that, or what's your story?
Yeah, I've experienced that from time to time, but I kind of feel like if I have a problem, then I should just be able to come to you and say what the problem is. But by me having to say, oh, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Then I was turning it on you, and what I'm saying, when I took the time to, what I'm saying, let's focus on this issue, and then we'll move on with, what I'm saying, not saying that we can't come up with solutions, but I'm not gonna, you know, turn it back on you, or what do you want from me? Like, what I'm saying, just because I have a problem, it's not it's not um something for you to feel like you should get something in return. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Okay. I just thought of it as like, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. You just said you scratch my back.
Well, yeah, and then that's just like, because that could easily turn into a situation where it's like, well, what about me? You know what I'm saying? Well, we're using this specific time, to fix my issue. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to turn into, be selfish about it. You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, it takes enough. You know what I'm saying? It takes enough courage just to even come up to a woman and acknowledge the problem. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, we act like ain't nothing going on, or it'll just pass by, or hopefully time will make it better, instead of actually just bringing it to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, man. I don't think a lot of people understand how difficult it is for men to come up and talk about their feelings
Yeah.
in there. But yeah, you know, I throw that in there personally. Because I don't want it to seem one sided. You know what I mean? Because I know as human beings, everybody got wants, right? um, and desires. So I'm asking you to fix mine, and I know that I'm a person who I'm a human, which means that I'm capable of failure. So if that's the case, then please let me know where I can improve as well. I want this to be a win-win situation. That's why I definitely. It definitely struck home with me because those are actually the words that I actually use. It's like, okay, now what can I do for you? All right, so this seems I'm sorry, this seems fair to men. The book says, but it is not. It is no win situation for your woman. Why? Because what she really wants is a man who can figure it out for himself. She wants a man who loves her and escorts her with his loving, without having to ask her what she wants all the time. Speak to it.
She wants a simp ass. You know what I'm saying? She want one of them catering beta males that comes beckoning at her leisure when she snaps her fingers. That's what that sounds like.
That sounds like the opposite to me, though.
I mean, you know, the love, but without having to ask, like we're a damn mind reader, though. You know what I'm saying? Nobody reads minds.
Okay.
I'm not Professor X. Shit.
Yes. So this is the part that leads. Okay, so this is the part where I think I lead with the logical standpoint, right? The logical standpoint says that if men believe certain things, right, because of our experience and just society or whatever, right? If we believe certain things and women say that those things are crazy, would it be beneficial if maybe the women just believed it as it's coming from men?
Yeah, if it's yeah.
Regardless of how it sounds, right? They should at least consider it as truth from men, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I do with this, hey Shanti, she says, hey y'all, what up, Shanti? So then by that logic, I have to then assume the same for what is being said about women, right? No matter how I may feel it's ludicrous or immature or childish, granted, we'll never get the same. They'll never see it the way that we do because they're not men, right? So they'll never be able to rationale and say, you know what, that actually makes sense. I can see how you can think that, right? But we are burdened with the logic. So we have to at least be able to apply it evenly and say, even though this may not sound good, I at least have to take it for face value that this may be what the reality is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Terrell says Grand Rising Kings. What it do, man? You got the link as well if you ever want to join, man. Thank you for being here though. So with that being said, I think that if it comes to, if the reality is that a woman would rather have that than the opposite, then that's just, I have to take that for face value until proven otherwise. And right now it seems, with at least with my experience, I don't know your experience, but with my experience, it seems like that holds true. That it damn near seems like they believe that we're mind readers, which leads me to believe that it is true when he says she wants a man who loves her and escorts her with loving without having to ask her what she wants all the time. I have to believe it. Because it's only fair, you know what I'm saying? It's not really fair, it's reality. So that's just where it's going to be at. So yeah, I definitely do believe it. From my experience, I am one that used to ask all the time, right? Because I believe that you thought like I thought, right? I believe that you, the same way I think you think. I thought you were logical. So if I ask you, you should be able to tell me, right? Well, maybe that's not the way it is. Maybe men and women are different. Maybe she prefers for me to find it out.
Man, that's just, I don't know. I feel like that's just poor communication. Because if I clearly see you're upset and you going off, and I ask you, okay, quit scraping, you know what I'm saying? Quit beating around the bush. What is the issue? And then 9 times out of 10, you're going to get, there is no issue. And then the attitude still going to continue. It's just like, gee, that shit wrecks my brain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're grown, like, we're not 18, 19, we're grown adults. Just tell me what the problem is. It's not that hard. Well, I feel like it's not that hard, but again, there goes the logic, you know what I'm saying? But it's still poor communication though at the same time though.
It is if you're talking to a man. It would be poor communication. But if you're talking to the feminine, then it is I just
They
got a
want you
text
to
message.
fucking Rubik's Cube.
But again, this is the tussle, right? This is the tussle that we have to go through if you want to endure with the feminine. And um,
Uh,
yeah, I think it's spot on. I think that it's spot on from my own experiences. Um, and it's going to go deeper. So we got a little bit more to carry on, but it's going to get deeper in there. What are the deepest feminist desire in intimacy is precisely not to have to always figure it out for her man, and I'm sorry, to not always have to figure it out for her man and to guide him. He wants to be able to trust him, or she wants to be able to trust him in his direction. There are some times when she does want to figure it out for you. But for far more often, she wants your gift when you offer her a direction in your intimacy without her having to ask you for it or tell you what she wants. That's I 100% agree with that, man. Especially based off my experiences, I think that most women just want you to know. Right now, don't get me wrong. You get them diamonds in the rough every now and then that tell you I want it like this. I want you to do it like that, right? You every now and then. But if you think about the totality of your experiences, those were in the minority. The majority of women probably didn't say anything at all. They probably were just waiting on you to figure it out. What do you think about that?
no, I feel like this section or this paragraph is pretty cut and dry. She just wants her dude to take charge. Basically, what I got from that.
Do you agree with it?
Yeah, yeah. She just wants to, be able to trust you and trust you. You're gonna make the right decisions and take lead when the lead needs to be taken.
Okay, okay. So we're in agreement. All right. Let's move on because I think that's what this whole thing is going to be about. Suppose it's your woman's birthday, right? If it were your birthday, you'd love it for your woman. Would do you would love it if your woman you would love if wait you love it you would love it if for your woman. Maybe the four is not supposed to be in there. You would love it if your woman would do anything you wanted. So you think she like that too, right? You say to her, happy birthday. For your birthday, you can do anything you want. We can go anywhere you want and do anything. And I'll do anything for you. What do you want to do, right? Now, how do you think that's going to be received here?
You gotta. There's a whole lot of other list of things you gotta do before that, but that should be the least, the smallest surprise. You know what I'm saying? It should. She. But yeah, I was gonna say something, but it's gonna get into it in the next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, most definitely. Rab in the building, man. What up, Rab? Big ups to y'all, gentlemen. Enjoy the content. Thank you so much, sir.
Hey, Rab,
Yes.
Indian 5, boy.
Yo, all right. Let me see. Yes. So this is exactly the opposite of most women idea of an ideal birthday present. Is where it goes on to, right? Most women would get far more excited if you were to say, "You've got 30 minutes to pack your bags. Don't ask me where we're going, but we will be gone for the weekend. Everything is taken care of. Just pack your bags and leave the rest to me. I'm going to give you the best birthday you ever had." That sounds like that's the one she's probably gonna go with.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not because of. They're kind of. I don't know. They're not similar, but it's kind of like you took the lead. That's your gift. You planned it, and da da da. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying we could do whatever. Instead of her make. Because when you just say whatever, you could do whatever you want. Then from her standpoint, it's kind of like you're lazy. You didn't make no plans. You probably forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? But when you tell her, hey, we pack your bags in 30 minutes, we on the road, and that means oh, damn, he done took the time and planned everything out. And, I know it's going to go good this time. So, so it's more about leader. It's still more about leading as a man in that section.
Agreed. Agreed. And I think that what it does is it puts the feminine in the feminine position, right? In the feminine place, right? So she doesn't have to make decisions and moves like a boss, right? She can just kind of enjoy it and relax. So I think that definitely speaks true to that one. Because I would have thought the exact same thing. Like my whole thing is, look, I want you to have a good time. Tell me what you like. What do you want? I do it. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's saying actually the opposite, because that's how I am. So therefore, I project that onto the feminine, but that's not how the feminine operates. So, woo. And that, yeah, I think it gets into some, no, it might be next time. But yeah, we're going to continue on. One of the deepest feminine desire of intimacy, though not in business or simply friendship, is the ability to relax and surrender, knowing that her man is taking care of everything. Then she can simply enjoy without having to plan it all herself and tell her man what to do. She can be pure energy, pure emotion, pure love without having to analyze all the options and decide which one are best. She can enjoy her man taking responsibility for the direction, so she can be what the feminine is, which is pure energy, baby. What you think about that?
I mean, like, I get what he's saying, but it's like, you get too much energy and, saying stuff likes to explode. So, I'm saying? Let's keep that energy at a constant level, what I'm saying? So.
No, you gotta let it flow, man. You gotta let it flow. You can't try to contain it. You have to let it flow. And that's the beauty, I guess, of what he's trying to do, which is build up the strong man, um, and to withstand the storm. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what this whole process, well, most of this process was for in the beginning, as well as also, finding your purpose and everything as well. So, um, but I think that's part of building up a strong man. You know what I mean? As well. So, because you're coming from a place of power, so I think that you know, once you do that, uh, you're good to go. You can handle the storm. Like the ocean, the book says, the native state of the feminine is to flow great power, or flow with great power, in no single direction. The masculine builds canals, dams, and boats to unite with the power of the feminine ocean and go from point A to point B. But the feminine moves in many directions at once. The masculine chooses a single goal and moves in that direction. Like a ship cutting through the vast ocean, the masculine decides on the course and navigates the direction, right? The feminine energy itself is undirected, but immense, like the wind and deep current of the ocean, ever changing, beautiful, destructive, and the source of life. Talk to me.
Destructive, huh?
Destructive. I've had many of destructive times upon me.
Water moving from point, I guess, man. I just, what I'm saying? I guess. I mean, I
Wow,
get what
great.
he's saying. I get what he's saying, but it's I don't know. His analogies are kind of crazy. Like, I mean, but we've already known that. So
I think on this one it's spot on. I think that it's the flow of power. We are goal driven. They're every direction. You can tell in just a story on how many twists and turns you get with a woman versus a man. We're straight here, straight there. Conclusion, right? It doesn't take too many twists and turns. So I think that I can understand that the flow of the ocean in every direction part of that, as well as we're built to navigate this type of, we build, which I think is just gathering the tools and the education or the knowledge to withstand the storm, right? So we got boats that can go through the storm and navigate it. I think that that women are deep. They're to the masculine, they're deep, right? There's a lot of shit there, a lot of shit in there. They're beautiful, all right. They're forever changing, right? You ask them one thing 1 second, ask them the second, it'll be something totally different, right? They are destructive, most definitely. They are destructive, but they're also the source of life, right? So I think that it's spot on with this analysis that it gave on there. The book goes on to say the same principle applies to problems in intimacy. Anytime you try to force your woman to be more like a ship than an ocean, you are negating her feminine energy. Anytime you talk to her and expect her to analyze her mood and situation to the point of being able to fix it, you are talking masculine to her, or masculine with her. She can do it. She might even be better at it than you, but it won't make her a happy woman. What do you think that's saying right there?
No, like, yeah, I get it, but it's just like if we're always supposed to be in our masculine, then why? Then that's just what we are, and that's just what we know. We don't know any other way, so of course we're not talking to a masculine. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like if I got to switch to feminine, you know what I'm saying? To it's kind of like defeating the purpose of being the ship and building canals and being, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's I don't know. So why I gotta like, oh, she's mad. I gotta hit a switch instead of just, you know what I'm saying, just talking to her. And it's not like, because masculine ain't just like a coat or a hat we can just take off and take off on any time we want to. We always gotta keep that. We always gotta keep it on at all times.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
but
so I think the confliction would come from thinking that your power to pull her out of whatever she's in um is not under the umbrella of masculinity.
how was that?
uh
That's remember, because I mean I think that was in the book earlier. It was kind of like one of our superpowers. You know what I'm saying?
no,
To
but
bring
that's what
her.
I'm saying. So that is a superpower, so that's our job to do that, right? It's not you becoming feminine, it's you being masculine, because you're guiding her, you're pulling her, you're directing her out of whatever she's in into her feminine energy.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't. What I'm not getting is if you do that, then you should. That's like you said, that's masculine. But it says right here, you're talking masculine, and it says you
No,
shouldn't do that.
again, I'm not saying talking though, right? It's not saying talking. These are actions, right? These are things that you do to pull her out, not to explain to her, to figure it out, to solve the Rubik's cube. It's just mainly just to it's just your superpower to do so, right? Like just think of it as Superman, right? When he comes and holds the building up and he's flying and making it erect again. He's not sitting there in the window like, all right, now, so what you need to do is you need to go ahead, grab that over there, put that over there. It's going to help brace yourself to do. No, he's just moving and changing the situation of the building, right? That's our thing, is us being able to move and do it without talking masculine to her, if
Oh,
that makes sense. So I think that what's happening is he's kind of putting out the blue, well, showing the pitfall of how we get into those situations by expecting her to analyze her mood, to fix it, and all those things, because that's our masculine talking. We're talking masculine at that point when we're saying fix the shit, like get it together. What you doing, right? That's us talking masculine. So that's the masculine part in there, is when we're talking and trying to get her to fix. I think that's pretty much what he's saying
okay.
um, on that end. Um, so yeah, I think it's more. I think masculine is more action than words. The book goes on to say, a happy woman is a woman. Ooh, what is a happy woman? Let's see what this is. A happy woman is a woman relaxed in her body and heart, powerful, unpredictable, deep, potentially wild and destructive, or calm and serene, but always full of life, surrender to and moved by the great force of her oceanic heart. When you ask her to analyze her heart's emotions, it's like building walls around a part of the ocean and turning it into a swimming pool. It is safer and more predictable, but far less alive and in living. Most men have made their women into swimming pools by constantly treating them like men, talking to them about their feelings as if they can be analyzed to the point of fixing them. I gotta say, I agree with this. God damn it, I am also guilty of this. And I this is what I kind of like about the book is sometimes it holds the mirror up and shows what you're doing wrong. And I definitely was one of those, and I talked about it earlier when it comes to trying to fix what's going on, that tweak. It's something's not quite there. I need a 7-level screwdriver to try to get in there and get that thing fixed, right? And that's what I needed to work on, because I was heavy on that back in the day, and I still am a little bit on it now, because I still believe, like I think most men, that you should be able to talk about your emotions, but I don't think that that's the case. I think that I have to look at it from a different perspective, of how to apply, as the book say, my gift in there. But what do you think about what was read?
No, I get what he's talking about with the turning the ocean into a swimming pool, because you kind of like boxing her in and not letting the everything flow.
Mm.
And then he says you turned her into a swimming pool by treating her like men. It's like, well, that's the part I don't get, because it's like you talking with them about their feelings, but it's just like so you just supposed to just let them be in their feelings and just not say nothing about it, like.
Man, I think I mentioned this on the show before, but it was this lady called she was on TV. She was a Judge Lynn Toller. Little bitty thing, right? I ain't seen her in person, but you can tell how small people are small, right? Her husband had passed away not a while back, but she was talking about how she was having some type of issue, and she called her husband. Her husband came home, and she's like a little Tasmanian devil, just right. And then at the end of it, I think she said she was like hugged him or something like that, and she was like, "Thank you," and he was like, "No problem. If you need anything else, let me know."
That's all it took.
That was it. That was it. He was strong enough to stand the storm, right? He didn't take it personal, make it about him or any of that stuff. He was able to stand there in all of his masculine, let her whirlwind, right? Once she got it out, she was appreciative, she was thankful, and he was like, "I got you." Who would you want to be? The person that does that, or the person that gets involved in the tornado as well? Or what do you think women would want? You know what I mean? And who do you want to be? You know what I mean? That's
like the husband.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that that I had to learn as well. I had to learn is to be able to be strong enough to stand it, and not get involved in it, because oftentimes we want to take it personal, especially if they mention throw our name in there. We're like, oh, we in the battle cipher. You know what I'm saying? We already ready to get it. You know what I'm saying? Slow it down. I just dissed you. You know what I'm saying? But that's just it. It never ends the way. It never ends in a positive way when we do that, right? So I think that just standing back and being an anchor um, often could be more beneficial than becoming a storm on that one. So yeah, just let her flow freely, man. Let her flow freely. Um, okay, I think I just finished that one. All right, it goes on to say, don't waste your time doing this. All right. But especially don't waste your or I'm sorry, don't expect your woman to do it to herself. It would not be like Oh, I'm sorry. It would be like forcing you as a man to read a novel, a romance novel, or watch love stories at the movies. Sure, you can do it, but it probably doesn't touch your core the way it touches hers. And if she made you do it over and over and over, you would begin to resent her. If she felt that the basic problem in your life is that you just don't watch enough soap operas on TV, you would think she was crazy. What does that say to you?
1 second, my Kindle. Um, no, I mean I agree because she kind of wants you to, you know, she just don't, if you're saying the problem is, and she's throwing it back, well, why you ain't watching no soap opera? You're like, those soap operas don't do nothing for me. They do something for you. So yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that paragraph.
Yeah. So essentially, me saying, hey, you need to work on, fix this, do that is equivalent to, like you said, her saying, yo, the way to fix this is to watch more love stories or watch more love movies, right? It'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right. So that's essentially what he's saying. Like you said, is yeah, it's a waste, it's the waste of time to try to talk masculine to her the same way it'd be a waste of time for her to talk feminine to you, right? Um, so yeah, I think that hit home as well. Soap operas, romance novels, and love stories touch many women deeply because the feminine priority is the flow of love in a relationship, but the masculine priority is purpose and excuse me, purpose and direction. By analyzing your purpose and realigning your direction, you can solve many of your emotional problems. But love is the feminine priority, not the purpose, um, not purpose and direction. All right. It goes on to say, the best way you can serve your woman is by helping her to surrender to trust the force of love, so that she can open her heart and be the love that she is, and give this love, which is naturally overflowing, or I'm sorry, overflows from her happiness. All right. This does not involve analyzing the blocks to her loving. Analyzing blocks is a man's way. Um, Men love to analyze blocks on the football field, the chessboard, in the stock market, and even in their intimate life. But it is important that you, as a man, don't project your way of doing things onto your woman. I think that's kind of what we were talking about before, and projecting that type of energy that way. What do you anything you got to put on there?
Well, yeah, he's just saying don't expect her to solve, problems like would do, and don't tell her, well, why you can't just solve the issue, like like basically like a math problem. Like she might do multiplication or fractions this way, and then you might do the same thing this way, but you shouldn't be like, well, this is the right way to do it, just because it's coming from me. So that's what
Yeah,
I got.
man. I definitely agree with that. All right, so let me see. Is that the Oh, last one. Let her be the ocean. Encourage her to be as free as the ocean, as deep as the ocean, as wild as the ocean, and as powerful as the ocean. Be so full in your loving, so strong and stable in your presence that she can just let go and surrender the limits she has put on her feelings. Let the emotions of her heart flow unguarded. Let her love be expressed with no limits. Let her go mad in love. Let her be a woman, man.
That's
What do you
basically
think?
it.
That's it.
I mean, that's basically it. Just
That's definitely what I'm getting from it.
let her be the storm.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so that was the end of that one. Thank you everybody for being here again. Appreciate you. If you can hit the like button, to say helps the algorithm. You can come and chop it up with us as well. Let me know what you think. Any ladies out there, let me know what you think about what you're hearing. All right, it would definitely be helpful to let us know if we're listening to the right person. All right. So yeah. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna go on to 21 now. All right. 21 says stay. The chapter 21 starts off by saying stay with her intensity to a point. All right. When a woman gets emotionally intense, a mediocre man wants to calm her down and discuss it, or leave and come back later when she's sane. A superior man penetrates her mood with imperturbable. I think I said that right. Imperturbable, interpretable. Calm is, I think, the synonym. Love and unwavering consequences or consciousness. If she still refuses to live more fully in love, after a time, he lets her go. All right. Whew. All right, let's get into this thing. If you are like most men, you probably aren't too fond of feminine bad moods and hysterical emotions. Oh, I feel like this is gonna touch you, Dizzle. You may find yourself wondering, why is she so complicated? What's her problem? You may find yourself saying, just calm down and take it easy. The feminine bad mood is so foreign and dark to you that you may actually find it somewhat repulsive. And when your woman really goes wild, a part of you is afraid of the damage she might do. Her emotions are so much more wild and less predictable than yours that you'd rather not be around them. True, false? What do you think?
I'm definitely I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. There's a lot, especially because especially if you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But I guess on the flip side, if you really love that person, like you said, then you're gonna penetrate and and all that. But then at the end, he also says, you only can do this so many certain times before I dip out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree. Shanti says, "Goddamn gateway." I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. Thank you, Shanti, for that. I think that's the school she went to. All right. Moving on. Oh no, yeah, I agree with you on that one. Feminine bad moods, man. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Uh, you know,
especially
uh,
the ones where they just come out of nowhere, where you just feel like, damn, it's a random Tuesday, and then you know what I'm saying. So, you know, like where the hell did that come from? It's just like,
are the ones where you did me wrong.
yeah, and then they still make you feel bad for you getting done wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Correction, Taft Boy says Miss Shanti. Yeah, that was her school. All right. Yeah, I'm wholeheartedly with that one. I don't like it. It didn't feel good. Right. This is more so my younger times. It still doesn't feel good now, but I don't think I experience as much because I it's not that I don't go down those roads, but I am really trying to pull her out of whatever she's got going on and place her more in her feminine mode. So I think it cuts down on it, but it doesn't eliminate it. For sure, for sure. Basically, most men are afraid of or disgusted by feminine emotions. That's why they try to fix them or escape from them. I'll come back later when you act like a reasonable human being, you might say. I can agree with that one. It was one time I was like, "Not today, Satan!" Pop. She was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, not today. It ain't happening. I'm having a good day today. You ain't ruining this shit. One of the deepest feminine pleasure is when a man stands full, present, and unreactive in the midst of his woman's emotional storm. When he stays present with her and loves her through the layers of wildness and closure, then she feels his trustability and she can relax. Makes sense? Doesn't make sense? What do you think?
Feels like you dealing with somebody in a damn psycho war. The way he be describing this shit, but I mean, I understand. I get it. I still, I still try to work. That's why we're reading the book. I'm working on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a little, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some pushback, but I definitely understand what he's saying right there, though.
Yeah, man, I think reality is reality, and I think you're 100% right. It sounds like you're dealing with somebody who belongs in a psych ward. 100%, right? Because it's the ocean. It goes in every direction. It doesn't matter, right? It flows wildly in any direction, even the wrong direction, right?
Yeah, because I
But
feel like if you read some of these excerpts to a woman without any context, she would be like, that person is a damn psychopath. And then you tell her, oh, well, he's definitely he's actually talking about the feminine. And
I
then
think they'll be like, "Oh my goodness, that's totally me."
not some of them, that some of them would, but for the most
I
part,
think so, man. I think that he's explaining them to a T. And I think that they would be able to see themselves in that.
yeah. I feel like there are certain parts. But I'm not gonna go down that road. But there are certain parts that some could relate to, but for the most part, they're not gonna be like, "That's 100% me." And what can I do to, what I'm saying? They gonna keep on keeping it.
Shanti, you're in the comment section, right? Let me know if this kind of sums you up a little bit.
You can't
Let me
do.
know why.
He
That's the
just
only.
he
That's
just
the only
he,
thing.
he just said you can't do that.
I can't do what? Ask if it fits.
No, because he was saying that you shouldn't be trying to solve the problems. You know what I'm saying? Remember earlier, a couple
But
paragraphs
she's
ago?
not solving. She's not solving the problem.
Are you just asking
She's
her
merely
her
giving
opinion?
her experience.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Is this something that she experiences?
I was just trying to keep peace, man.
Oh no, ain't no peace. It's war. Let me see where was I at? One of the deepest feminine. I think I read that one. The way you relate to your woman's chaos reflects the way you react. Yeah, um, reflects the way you react to the chaos of the world. If you are the kind of man who needs everything placed neatly in a nice little box, then you will also need to box your woman's emotions. If you are the kind of man who would rather hire other people to take care of the chaos in your attic or the chaos in your finances, you probably also rather leave it to someone else to take care of the chaos in your woman. I had to step back and think. I don't care if you come in peace, ET. I'm asking you, does it relate to you? That's all I'm asking. That's it. Gateway. God damn. Does I'm sorry. I speak waves to you. Does it apply what we were reading about the ladies? That's all I ask. Okay. God damn, I come in peace. You get your ass out there. All right. So damn, she made me lost my train of thought. What do you think about what we read here? What's going on here?
This one I kind of feel like he used a couple bad analogies because, like, if we don't, if as a man, if we don't have time to do something, we pay for that convenience. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's not, so where we paying for it, and then as far as his woman, so I don't really get where he's What are you saying about that? He would probably run off.
Well, shit. Let me see if I can help you out.
Oh, you say okay? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I kind of feel like that's me, right? So sometimes I will pay people to fix my chaos, right? And I don't know if
convenience.
And I don't know if this fits or not. But yes, look, hey man, therapy. Let's go to therapy. I'll pay for somebody to help you figure out whatever it is that you need to figure out, right? So I think that could possibly fall underneath that. Of paying somebody. Of course, it's not to fix them, but it's really to help iron out and work whatever is not there, or whatever's needs to be dealt with. Because I'm a big proponent of therapy myself. Maybe therapy is just for men. Maybe it's just for men. Maybe it's not for women, right? I tend to think that it could be. I'm not a woman, but I think that it could be. I know several women who swear by it. So I think that it could be beneficial, but I can see how that kind of fits into paying someone else to help fix the problem.
I mean, therapy, I feel like the stigmatism on therapy has definitely came a long way. It's more and more acceptable now than ever. Like back in the day, I gotta see my therapist. Like, damn, you goddamn psycho. We gotta watch out for your ass. You might start murdering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, old crazy Larry ass.
Yeah, but sometimes you could just have a problem that not nothing mentally or whatever wrong. You just have a problem that you don't try to solve this way, and then you just need to take a step back and get a professional's opinion about it. So that it doesn't really it's small problems, big problems, medium problems. You know what I'm saying? It definitely helps.
That's crazy because I wonder, because it almost seems like a masculine thing.
We're going to therapy?
Yeah.
How's that, Matt? What do you mean, man? How's that?
Because you're going there to fix whatever's going wrong. And a little bit of what they were saying was everybody had a crazy Larry Ashanti in their hometown. You're working and she still ain't answered the damn question. Ma'am, can you answer the question? You know what? It may be out of your wheelhouse. You may not be able to do so. I understand. What the hell was I saying? Oh, masculine. Yes. So I think that, I wonder if that is a masculine thing, right? Because we have problems, we fix it, right? It's not unless we can't fix it, then we outsource it to somebody else. But it's all about getting it done. Now, granted, I think that it did say that women can do it even better than maybe their men to analyze themselves. But I wonder if, because they probably would more so stay in the free flow, that they would prefer, rather, because I know, and I don't know, and that would, in my own relationships, or one of my friends' relationships, not mine, because mine is perfect, but I do know somebody who kind of talks down upon therapy, right? His wife talks down upon therapy, and she's like, yeah, I don't want nobody talking to all up in my business and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so they can't even tell your business. You know what I'm saying?
Dude. Well, the thing is, like, I don't want to talk to nobody about my business. You know what I'm saying? My friend's wife does that a lot. When I know
you just gonna explode. You just gonna explode. It's like a ticking time.
Well, and so that's where I'm like, okay, maybe that's a masculine thing then. Maybe seeking help is a masculine thing, because the way that they fight against it, maybe that's just because they want to be free flowing. Maybe they, like you said, it seems like you're dealing with a fucking mental patient, right? Maybe they're just mental patients. Maybe they're just meant to be mental patients. I don't fucking know. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm thinking it out as I'm saying it.
Strong person to deal with that.
Maybe, but they're not talking about weak men in this book, right?
No, but it's like I said, yeah, but you not weak, but you shouldn't just be subjecting your man to bullshit just because it's a random wind blow.
That's masculine thinking. That's masculine thinking, though.
That's where I got the pushback.
That's masculine thinking.
You should just wake up and be like, "Oh, the wind blowing this way. I'm mad.
Do you
and I'm
think
gonna take it out on my dude."
Do you think that monogamy is natural for men?
No,
Okay. What do you think a woman would say?
she would say yeah,
Okay.
but
Now
she don't
hold
have
on,
to
wait a
sleep.
minute, wait a minute. But you being a man know you, right? And you know science, you know biology, right? Certain things that you know that would lead you to know that this is not normal. It's something that society put together, right? But
Mhm.
she will look at you like you're crazy, like that doesn't make any sense, right? Same thing, flip it around, man. You looking at it like it's crazy, it doesn't make sense. But what if that's just reality? See, they can say that it's crazy. They can say reality's crazy and that it doesn't exist. We don't have that luxury.
But it's reality. you you can't just create some other vortex and just put your
You can if you're a feminine because you flow in every fucking direction.
or she a damn airbender.
She's a fucking water bender, nigga. She's in the ocean. Shit. I be trying to be a water bender too, you know. Yeah,
We can only bend in the pools. They could bend in the whole ocean. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah, I be trying to be a water bender sometimes. But yeah, man, I think that you know, we might have to look at it from that perspective, man, that what if this is how it is?
I
Right?
mean, I get it. I get it. You know, and I fully understand we're hardwired away and they're hardwired away. But when you deep in the trenches and you, you know what I'm saying, you go into battle with the ass. That's one of the. I mean, at least for me, that's one of the last things on my mind. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I think the book is trying to prevent you from doing is being in the trenches. That's the feminine territory. The masculine is up high. He's not in the trenches.
Gotta put on that helmet and get that musket.
Oh man, no, you don't do that, man.
Yeah,
That's what they do. We don't do that.
flashbangs and proximity mines. You know?
No, man, no, we don't do that. We sit up in the window like Batman. Just watch them niggas go back and forth, calling out, "Help me, I'm down." Nigga just looking at them, just
Yeah, that looked like it hurts.
that look like it hurt. Oh man, just go around, go around. Yeah, no, yeah. So, we're gonna proceed on, man. You can, however, train yourself to master the world financially, creative, spiritually, by learning how to be free. All right. And loving in the chaos of your woman's emotion. I think that's where he's trying to get us to. And you do so by standing your ground and loving so strongly that only love prevails. You can't quit when you seem to fail, but rather you must learn from your failure and return to love, giving your gift like wrestling a steer. So I think this is spot on, man. Wait a minute, hold on. Somebody Terrell says, watch your mouth. What the hell? What
A hit dog
did
on
I
island.
did I say something? That was a hit dog. Okay. Empty barrels make noise. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. Uh, yeah, I think this is spot on, man, because I think that you know, you got to stand. I think the whole thing is to stand strong, right? To create that that ability to stand strong in it, and give your gift, right? Um, and wrestle that stare, man. If you fail, because I think we all gonna fall. So when you fall, you get back up, dust yourself off, you figure out where it went wrong, and then you come right back at it. I think that that's especially and you're in a unique situation because they're talking about marriage right now, and I know you're not married, so you probably have a lot less patience than some married folks out here.
Cut that water off real quick.
Yeah. So, uh, you know, I can definitely say that I've learned some of this stuff before, but I think that it is very, very beneficial when you're a masculine woman with the feminine, and I think that it helps save you a lot of the turmoil and like you were talking about getting in the trenches and stuff like that. I think that is very, very helpful in that. And you feel better for it. Because I'll tell you what, once we both get out the fucking trenches, guess what? We're both fucking tired. We're both fucking muddy, right? We're a hot mess. Like nobody's happy. We're all groggy. Nothing was solved. Who wants to be in that situation? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to but when you stand fast and you're out of that, you don't get in the trenches with them, you feel better for that. And you know that you've only sharpened and strengthened that muscle. You got anything you want to put on that?
No, I think you said it well enough.
All right, man. Bet that. I think it was some extra on there. So it's supposed to be like wrestling a steer or surfing ocean waves. Mastery involves blending with your woman's powerful energy and feeling the rise and fall of the moment without lapsing and present without lapsing and present for a second. So yeah. This it also goes on to say um, you're going to get stumped by the steer. Okay, it's going to happen. You're going to get swamped.
Ouch.
You're going to get swamped by the ocean, and you're going to get hurt by your woman. This is how you learn. You get up, dust yourself off, swim to shore, and turn and face your woman again. The only option are fear and mastery. You can quit. You you can't quit. You can't use a small steer in a tiny wave. You can wait for your woman to calm down, or you can even threaten her, or you can take a moment as a challenge. Take that moment as a challenge, all right? To your ability to conquer the world and your woman with love. Talk to me.
I feel like, man, I know it's gonna sound kind of selfish, man. I feel like, man, we be going through a lot, man. This just nobody understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta deal with the we gotta deal with the man at work and everybody else, and then come home and then deal with. It's just like, where do we get some time to just, you know what I'm saying? Just, man, just get some where we could just relax. It seems like we constantly dealing with something.
Man, and I think that's our gift.
No, man, no. I mean, I get it.
Wait a
But
minute. Yeah,
we
come
should
on now.
we should have time to ourselves. That's all I'm saying. But that's just me being selfish.
We do have time to ourselves. The time to ourselves is when we're on our purpose. That's the time to ourselves.
No, I'm talking about when we just don't have nothing to do. I mean, I get it. You're supposed to be. I get that. But when you just want to, go out fishing or bowling or play some hoops or just something without having to worry about what doing this and doing that.
I mean, you might have to be single, man. You just might have to stay single. You know what I mean? Because the book says it's gonna be a tussle. So get it out. If you're looking for easy street, get it out your head. If you're looking for one day it'll be different, I don't know if you remember some of the shit that we read. One day it'll be different. It's not. Get that out your head. These are what we read. These are things that we have read. It's not going to change. And again, he said, "Look, man, if if you're not capable of doing it, then you just don't deal with the feminine."
See now, no, I'm not saying I'm not capable. I just don't want to do it. I ain't gonna lie.
You're stubborn, man. You're stubborn in your ways, but it's not a bad thing.
That's why I'm reading the book to saying to learn and get educated.
And it's not a bad thing. And yeah, you're right. Right, you're learning some things you may know, some things you may not know. I didn't take heed to a lot of things that I came across that was good information the first time I heard it. Right. It may have taken some time for it to kind of churn a little bit, and maybe for me to just stand out on a limb and say, you know what, just let me try it. You know what I mean? And then seeing the benefits that I got from it. I think that maybe you haven't tried it, so you haven't gotten the benefits yet. Um, but I think if you took that stance, I think you would be a totally different man.
I mean, well, yeah, of course, but I mean, it's a journey, man. You know, it's a journey. So I'm gonna just leave that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. I definitely agree with you, man. It is a journey, and it has to be a conscious decision to make the change. You know, um, and you know where you are. You're the only person that know where you are when it comes to it. You know what I mean? You know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. So um, you're the better judge of how far to take it. You know what I mean? Or what needs to be changed or what doesn't. You know what I mean? I say if you're yielding the result that you want, don't change anything. Um, all right. So next one says, this one. Okay. Keep your breath full. Keep your body strong. Keep your attention present no matter what your woman says or does. Give her love. Press your belly into her. Smile, scream, and then lick her face. Do whatever it takes to crack the shell of her closure. Get your love inside that crack and touch her heart. Learn to enjoy her anger, her tears, her silence, her happiness. The world will give you the same, uh, or give you the same at times. Okay. So I definitely think that this is on. I would definitely say tweak it, make it your own. Okay. Don't go up there pushing your belly up against your woman if she ain't like that. All right. But I get what it's saying. But yeah, I definitely think you need to make it your own, try to crack through. And this is the being strong, right? The standing solid and pushing through whatever mood your woman gives you, staying strong and pulling her out of wherever she's at, back into our feminine essence. I think is basically what this is talking about. What you think?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. What you said, hey, just tailor it to you, though. Definitely tailor this section to you, because not everybody likes the same thing of what the next person likes. So just learn your significant other.
Yeah, some of this is from white tea people, so you gotta be careful. I don't want to get nobody shot, stabbed, none of the above. Right. Last and not least, the game of life is to find each solution workable to transform each occasion through the magnification of love to give her full his gift into every moment, and to have no attachment to the outcome, knowing it's all going to rise and fall and rise again. You have mastered women in the world, or master women and the world when you desire either, when you desire neither to avoid or to obtain, sway your love or limit your freedom. You want to put something on that?
With no desire either to avoid or attain sways here. I mean, you're just basically saying you shouldn't avoid or try to sway your woman from love and being an ocean of freely moving waters and a destructible storm that tears through the city. Let her be free as the wind blows.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I think it's saying don't be focused on the outcome as well, right? Because if you're only focused on making her happy, I think that if you don't make her happy, then that makes everything crash down, right? You may feel some resentment or something like that. So, or if you get her happy and then she's right back sad again, then you're gonna be like, what the fuck, right? So I think it's just more so focusing on the challenge, and giving your gift and your love in every moment, and just dealing with it like that, because it will rise and fall just like the ocean. Like DIZZEL was saying, it's going to continuously rise and fall. So 1 minute you're up, the next minute you're down, right? But it's it's our job to stand strong and get that motion back up, man. So I think that's basically what I was hearing in that book. But I want to say thank you to DIZZEL. You in here holding it down, man. As well as everybody in the community coming through and chopping it up with us. Hopefully, you can get something from the book. DIZZEL, man, what you got for us before we get up out of here, man?
Shit. Glad everybody came through, and let's just have a good work week, or just a week period, man. And and be kind to your other person. Just be kind.
Be kind to your other person, man. That's words of wisdom right there. So often we're not kind. We take for granted. We don't show love. Can't say I love you, right? Won't give a stroke here or there. You know what I'm saying? Great feedback, Lee. Says Mr. T. Yes, you know what I'm saying. So I think it's important to take time to let them know, man, because I try to be an even person across the board. If I'm going to bitch at you, best believe I'm going to compliment you just as hard, right? You're just not going to get one side of it. You're going to get both sides of it, because I don't think it's fair to just constantly hit somebody over the head, right? And that's why every now and then I'll say, hey, man, DIZZEL, great shot. You shot good, right? You really killed that person, right? Or shot in the game, right? Call of Duty, right? I'll often do that because I don't want to always how did your daily praise go last week, E? Oh man, you need to mind your business. So I think that we need to we need to go ahead and move forward and in love, and not forget that love piece. So thank you so much, DIZZEL, for bringing that to light, man. And yeah, I think this was great. Had some great information. The next topic is going to be don't force the feminine to make decisions. I think it's going to probably piggyback on some of the things that we just talked about in here. I don't know. I haven't read it yet, but I will read it right before we get on here, so it'll be fresh in my mind. All right. Do you have anything before we get up out of here, Mr. DIZZEL?
No, I ain't got nothing.
All right, man. Well, thank you again, everybody, for coming through. Everybody that hit the like button, thank you as well. And thank you again, DIZZEL, for coming through. I really do appreciate it, man. And until next time, y'all niggas stay like Batman and just be watching out for us. Peace out.